think Sepp is resting. I'm sure he'll let me know if he's available. He hasn't slept, so I'm not gonna bother him. But I don't know if you guys are seeing what's going on now. Supposedly, they're trying to work out some kind of a deal right now. As from some reports, the deal is advancing. Negotiations are underway. I'm like, okay, where did that come from? So I'm gonna look this up, but there's no other news coming out. But now all of a sudden they're talking. A delegation from Qatar was meeting with senior officials in Iran. I'm like, what is going on? There's something going on in the background. And I already had a discussion with the person about that. I'm a little confused. What's up, Uncle Tank? I'm a little confused. Supposedly, they're negotiating right now. They're ongoing. Talks between the U.S. and Iran. Now, let me just show you. And good afternoon to everybody. Yeah, this is what's coming out. The president said this a little over an hour ago on Fox. Iran is talking to us, and we'll see whether we can do something. Otherwise, we'll see what happens. And hello, everybody. There you go. So then I have to lead to this question. Was this whole thing about the people of Iran, or to negotiate a deal with the regime on their nuclear and missiles and all that? What happened to the people of Iran? So if we're working out a deal with them, does that indicate that the regime stays? If a deal is made, let's just say, hypothetically, a deal is agreed to, does the regime stay? What are you going to tell all those thousands and thousands of Iranians? Oh boy, I'm just saying, I'm looking at it like, listen, everybody should be for peace. But peace with that regime? Keeping the regime intact? Really? I mean, and look what somebody says here. We will see what happens. The world will no longer tolerate theocracy. A murderous regime that has spread terror against its own people, braving, killing women, blah, blah, blah. Justice is coming. So, wait, let me, I'm trying to understand this. Pizza Index is up. Am I misunderstanding this, or am I just like overstating what's going on here? So we're trying to negotiate with them after putting all these forces, because their mantra is peace through strength. You've been hearing that, right? You always heard that. Peace through strength. So by sending all of this to the Middle East, this was all about a deal? Am I understanding that, or was it supposed to be about the people of Iran? And regime change, it's time for new leadership? Or was that all just talk? I am absolutely baffled, confused, and I can't imagine what people in Iran are saying right now. He's what? He's trying to work out a deal with them? What happens with us? What happens to what? That means the do you understand what I'm saying? I am like totally confused, unless this is bullshit, but it's reported on different media outlets. I don't know what to make of it. And that really tells me, do you think anything is going to happen tonight while this talk's ongoing? Absolutely not. And just to clarify, because Tusi says something that is actually was a little incorrect. Iran has rescheduled their military exercise with Russia and China at the end of February. At least that's what I seen, the last thing. Because are they having the drills? Were their drills canceled? What I seen is that the drills are now going to happen at the end of February, if they have a Navy left to participate in the drill. So, like I said, you see what somebody's in there, cluster F? This seems like a cluster F for real. Like I said, I'm just being straight up objectively honest here. And I'm sure a lot of you must be shaking your heads too. It's not just me. Unless this is some other kind of a tactic that I'm confused. I mean, this is old. That's from what we reported earlier. Let me see this. Iran, U.S. negotiate. Am I spelling that? Negotiations. It's going to come all over. 1 hour ago, Iran said it's ready for fair negotiation with U.S. They've been saying that. Look at this. Top Iranian official confirms framework for negotiation with U.S. is progressing and amid diplomatic flurry. He's ready. They said this fair, but no concessions on missiles and defense. But that's a no-starter. Israel's gonna say, "What? We're gonna go in then. What are you doing? No concessions on missiles defenses." Oh, but wait a minute. Didn't Netanyahu meet with the president like a month ago on a Monday? And this was part of the discussion, and Israel's been holding back from striking because they know that they're rebuilding their missile program. And so can somebody explain to me, if he's saying this, are they conceding to something else in the background? This is very, very confusing. Unless this, like I said, this is some kind of a tactic. That's the best way I could put it. I don't know. That's old. It's amazing how news changes from day to day, huh? What? Reports indicate that regional countries are expected to guarantee. What the fuck? Regional countries, the Arab countries, are expected to guarantee fair negotiations? So that means the Saudis are involved, the Qataris, who else knows? What? Can somebody explain to me what's going on if this is true? So they've convinced the president, the Arab nations, to negotiate fairly with the Iranians? Oh my gosh, if that is even true, I'm gonna flip. What? That's old. Oh, Jesus Christ.
For Billy. Boom.
7 minutes ago. They're all saying it. What the fuck is going on? Excuse my language. They're all saying it. Progress. That's old. Is indeed progressing. Reports from sources like Iona Axios. A frame for U.S. talks is indeed progressing with regional mediators involved. Possibility exists as indirect negotiations have occurred before. Oh, God. I'm going to flip out. This can't be possible. That's old. This is cray cray. Is this, I mean, is this one last ditch effort? How many opportunities are you going to give this regime? Do you realize what happens if a deal is made? Then what? Ask this question. Does the regime stay in power? Alexa, turn on light.
Okay.
This is IRGC, but the president said it on Fox a little while ago. I should find that clip. We need to find the Fox clip. That's the only way. We have to find the Fox clip. I gotta find it. Trump to Fox News. Oh, I mean, okay, this is somebody reposting it. Iran is talking to us, and we'll see if we can do something. I gotta go to Truth Social. It's all over the place that he said something on Fox News. I'm checking True Social. I'm not seeing anything on True Social. Wait a minute. He reposted that? He did. He reposted, the IRGC are in panic mode, fully shitting their pants. That's what somebody had posted. And he shared the video of what was going on that Tusi shared. That he did. He posted that video. But I want to try to find the Fox News clip. If anybody has that clip for Fox, please tell me. Oh, no, but he said we'll see what happens. Of course it does. He's leaving it open. We'll see what happens. What does that mean? He says we're not talking to them? We'll see what happens. Iran is talking to us. We'll see what happens. That tells me they're talking to them. We'll see what happens from the talks. And if it doesn't work out, then we'll see what happens. That's what that means. I don't know how else you can interpret that. I may have to go on Fox News itself. On their website. They're all spreading it too. But I gotta go to Fox. If anybody has any information, let me know. That's what he said? You know, the last time they negotiated, we had to take out their nuclear. Didn't work. You know, this is what he said. Okay. I want to see if I find the actual clip. Key lines. This is what somebody's saying. Key lines from Trump on Fox News. Iran is talking to us. We'll see if we can do something. Last time negotiations didn't work. We can't tell our Gulf allies the plan. Telling them could be worse than telling the press. I gotta go to Fox News. We gotta find this clip. A lot of it's being taken out of context. No bueno. Like I said, we need a link because I want to hear the whole clip. I'm gonna go to YouTube. Maybe it's on YouTube. Like I said, if anybody has a link, I want to hear it, the whole thing. I'm not seeing anything from today on YouTube. Fox News chief security comes Jennifer Griffin reports on mounting tensions. That's 19 hours ago. This had to be sooner than that. I'm not seeing anything on YouTube. The Fox statement on the Trump statement on Fox is full of ifs. Ifs. Pizza index has been fluctuating. I'll be honest with you, Bill. I am very tired. My eyes have been burning for a few days now. Even in the morning, I could sleep again. It's a mess. Notice Trump didn't take reporter questions. Yes, that was just, yeah, we saw that. We were watching that. I'm scouring to try to find this. All I'm getting is excerpts. I gotta look this person up. Jackie. Because she's the one who put the post up. Jackie. Let's see what she put. She is a senior White House correspondent for Fox News. Okay. This is what she just said on her. I found some information. At least something. I just spoke with President Trump about Iran, ice masks, etc. On Iran, am I reporting from yesterday that Gulf allies are in the dark about the U.S. plans for intervention? President Trump tells me, the president, well, we can't tell them the plan. If I told them the plan, it would almost be as bad as telling you the plan. It could be worse, actually. But look, the plan is the plan is that Iran is talking to us, and we'll see if we can do something. If, like it's a lot of ifs, like somebody said. Otherwise, we'll see what happens. We have a big fleet heading out there, bigger than we had, and still have actually in Venezuela. And then this goes on to about the allies. On Gulf allies telling me yesterday, Iran wants to negotiate, but it's not clear to what end, and they don't see it coming together at this moment. And then the president, that's what she said. Well, that's true, but they are negotiating, so we'll see what happens. You know, the last time they negotiated, we had to take out their nuclear. It didn't work out, you know. Then we took it out a different way, and we'll see what happens. So he's saying if it doesn't work out, then he's going to strike. That's what that says. Just like what happened in the past. That's the way I'm interpreting it. Okay, and then it goes into the other stuff. But yeah, they're negotiating. They're listening. They're talking. He doesn't like the answer, then it might be something else. But the point is, allegedly, they're talking. But here's the thing that I'll get back to the original point. They can talk. Let's say they reach a deal. Does the regime stay in power? You make a deal with them. What's part of the deal? I don't think the part of the deal is you have to remove yourselves from the role in government. That's not part of the deal. It's nuclear, it's missiles, protesters being released, no more money to proxies unless they've cut some of that out and it's just now nuclear. Like all of it, the enrichment, the whole thing. Is this just a fucking nuclear deal? And everything else is not on the table? The missiles and everything. Can you imagine what Israel would, how they would react? Just Israel. And what about the people in Iran? Oh my God. Could you, I hope, I'm praying for the people of Iran here. I hope he's not turning his back on you. I'm not joking. Because God, let's just say, he's going to hit. They're not going to come up with a deal. They're not going to negotiate. But let's just say they do. Then what? That's the question. Do I think they're going to agree to a deal? I don't think the Iranians are going to give in to all those concessions. I don't. But let's just say they did. What happens to the people in Iran? The regime stays? What happened to, oh my God. I don't know what to say. Honestly. I mean, he must be going in there figuring, all right, at least we tried. Again, I said this yesterday, because we heard about this negotiations going on and off. He can say again that he still gave them the opportunity to talk to us, didn't like what they said, and then decides after the fact he'll tell us, well, we were listening to them, but obviously they weren't listening to us, and they didn't agree to a deal, so we had to take action. That could happen. You know what I mean? But the scary part that I'm thinking about what if Iran did agree to a deal? Then we postpone it. We have to hold them to the deal. You know they're going to fuck the deal up somehow. So what, are we going to prolong this? And then again, what happens to the people of Iran? I don't know what to say. All I'm saying is people could trust Trump, distrust Trump. That's not the point of the conversation, whether you're pro-Trump or anti-Trump. That's not what I'm talking here. You can be a crazy supporter, or you could be a person that's crazily against him. We have to look at this in practical, rational, logical terms. Is this what he said part of playing the chess game? Knowing they're not going to agree to a deal, but saying it out loud to the press that we're listening to them. You know, we'll see how this develops, and if not, then you know what's going to happen. Like it happened in the past with the nuclear facilities. But like I said, that's all good and dandy. I get that. And I think a lot of people think that's what's happening here. But what happens if, let's just say, big what if, that a deal is struck? Let's just say, by some crazy miracle, that a deal is struck. Then what? Then what? That's going to play out. They're gonna have to set up meetings. They're gonna have to do all this stuff, and it's gonna take time. Time. And what happens to the Iranian people? That's my concern. And Israel's, if he doesn't bring in, if this doesn't involve their missile program, you think Israel's just gonna sit by? Honestly, they've been itching to hit them for months now. I don't know. Like I said, this could be all part of the chess game. Knowing that the answer is going to be no, that the negotiations are not going to go nowhere. It could also be because, but the Iranians are saying it now, because yesterday they were defiant. They were saying, we're not, our missile program and energy program, nuclear, is non-negotiable. Or whatever. Now, 24 hours later, they changed their tune. They want to negotiate. We're open to listening to them. They're talking to us. We'll see if anything happens. If not, remember what happened with the nuclear facilities. There was no deal. It could be like he's setting that up. That he's saying that because he knows they're probably going to say no and not agree, and say that knowing he's going to have to take action, and says, look, they were talking to us and we were talking to them. Didn't work out. That's the only other thing that I could possibly think about is happening right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to catch up now. Morgan says, Morgan, what do you mean showing his hand? Like Iran is not expecting something? They're on high alert. Iran is expecting an attack any moment. You think just because these talks are going on changes anything? You think they trust us? Are you kidding me? That changes nothing. They're prepared for an attack. Anyway, let me get back. They will never stick to any deal. Waste of time, wasted lives. Yes, they never. That's right. The deal. What are we thinking? They're trying to buy time. But yes, I agree. If, when we look at this in a practical sense, now try to be objective. They're desperate. There's going to be no deal. I'm pro-Trump and acknowledged. He didn't, okay, that F this up. All right, nothing is screwed up right now. Remember, like I said, the same way I'm looking at it, if they reached a deal, this could all be part of the president's plan to put it out there to show people that he was trying to speak with them. There was a communication going on. He's trying to work out a deal and it just didn't work out. And then he's got to take action. So don't be too hard on the president like right now. Be objective. Don't, you know what I mean? And you're pro-Trump. But you understand, don't give up hope. Like, this could be all part of the chess game, like I said. I'm just putting all the different things from looking at it from all different sides. There's going to be no deal. No deals, period. Shock and awe time. I agree. The time for fucking deals is done. They are so paranoid. Yeah, but you can't let anything slip on plans. Oh, hell no. Look how, I had to say it like this. Look how flawless, like unbelievably flawless Midnight Hammer was. Because there was no leaks. It was kept between a very tight circle. You can't just talk about it, of course. Look how well done that was. How well played that was. Look at Venezuela. Of course you're not going to provide information because they could leak it. They're going to... No. Now, I bet you the Israelis know. I would think the United States has the communication with Israel. They know what we're working together. I would say that's probably the only situation. I don't even know necessarily if the UK is in on it. I don't know. I think it might just be us in Israel. So, again, we have to see how this plays out because this could be all part of the game. it's not like he hasn't posted about this in the past. Remember when he says we're trying to remember the 12 day, and the post is almost identical to something he released a few days ago. We're trying to negotiate a nuclear deal with Iran, blah 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 blah, and then it didn't work out. Midnight Hammer, same thing setup. It could be the same thing. Where they're talking to us, blah blah blah. However he worded it, I gotta put it back up. That just could be all part of the chess plan here. To put it out there that he did listen to them, but they obviously didn't listen to ours. I got to go back to her. Like I said, that's why I said this to the beginning. I'm a little confused. But if I'm confused, maybe they are too. Would he say that they're negotiating, like they're listening to what they have to say, they're trying to talk to us and then hit? You know what I mean? I gotta get that. I forgot who it was from Fox News now. Yeah, and I'm not gonna find that. It's right here. Let's put this up again. Keeping the Gulf allies in the dark. I don't trust them. They're going to go right back to Iran. You think I'm going to tell the Saudis or the Qataris or Oman? They're going to go right back to Iran. I'm not telling them our fucking plans. Are you nuts? Well, we can't tell them the plan. If I told them the plan, it would be almost as bad as telling you the plan. He's absolutely right. It could be worse, actually. Yeah, it could be worse. You tell it to CNN. I'm just. But look, the plan is that Iran is talking to us. And we'll see if we can do something. Like he said before. We'll see if something works out. Otherwise, we'll see what happens. And you know what the see what happens is. You know what I mean? So, we'll listen. They're trying to talk to us. They're talking to us. But it may not go anywhere because it may not be anything of interest to the president. And then bingo, game on. It's simple as that. It's happened in the past. But the scary thing that I think about is, what if they conceded, and what if they that desperate to stay the regime in power and they conceded to the demands, and what would happen then? That's what freaks me out. That's the part that's freaking me out. On Gulf allies telling, I don't know why it says me yesterday, Iran wants to negotiate, but it's not clear to what end, and they don't see it coming together at this moment. President Trump said, well, that's true, but they are negotiating. So the Gulf allies are intermediaries negotiating with Iran. So they're involved. They don't know about the military plan. I guess that's the plan he's alluding to, obviously. But they are in communication indirectly, U.S., Iran, through those intermediaries. But it's not clear. Iran always wants to negotiate, when their back is up against the wall. But it's not clear to what end. And they don't see it coming together at this moment. And that was what was reported yesterday, that it didn't look like anything was going to happen from those meetings. We talked about it yesterday. So here we go to that part. Well, that's true, but they are negotiating, so we'll see what happens. The last time they negotiated, we had to take out their nuclear. Didn't work, Then we took it out a different way, and we'll see what happens. So he's leaving that open, obviously. If it doesn't work out, they're toast. And to be honest, I don't see it. I don't see a deal happening. They might as well just give up, wave the flag if they conceded. It's not just nuclear. I hope it's not just nuclear and they brought it down from 5-1. I hope it's not just a nuclear thing now. It's supposed to be about their missiles, about money to the proxies, about releasing all the people that are detained right now in prisons and in Iran. And there was one other, and I just can't think of the other one. Missile program, nuclear, proxy money, political, the people that are in prison. It was 5. So I don't know what's going on. So now I'm going to read what you guys are writing. All right. Hold on. I'm trying to scroll up a little. Yeah, they need to be brought to justice. Let's just hope and praise the smoke screen. Exactly, 4D chess. That's what I'm saying. They have to strike soon. Super Bowl is next week. But then again, I'm not even going there. The halftime show. They have to they lie every time they're chasing time to stay alive. Yes, they're definitely trying to buy time. Then they would cheat on the deal and we would begin the operations anyway. How long before that operation would stop before we find out they're cheating about it again? Does that mean we withdraw all the forces only to send them all back again? Do we keep all those forces there? We're definitely going to keep them there. But like I said, let's just say they agree to a deal. Then what do you do? That's the point. All the other stuff I think is going to happen. But what happens if there was a deal made? Then what? What happens next? That's what I'm thinking, concerned about. What if, as crazy as it sounds, a deal was made? I know probably majority like me don't think a deal is possible. But what if there was? What happens next? That's what I'm a little concerned about. That little. Goldie has it on. It's on the negotiations. They want missiles and enrich. They want the missiles. Oh, they're never gonna give up their fucking missiles. That's their defense. I mean, maybe capping. Do you? Okay, let's just say they agree to a cap on missiles. How are you gonna confirm that cap? Who's gonna go and confirm it? And how were the Israelis gonna react to something like that? So it's only down to missiles and the enriched uranium? What about them producing their own uranium? Is that off the board now too? To hand over the enriched uranium? Or is it also about zero enrichment? Or are they going to allow them for civilian use? Oh boy, this is a can of worms. I don't even want to know. Don't tell me there's a deal happening. Okay, Kevin. I don't know. Look on the screen. This was just in Fox News a few hours ago. Trump won't go for that. We're negotiation with terrorists again. I can't see a deal working out. I can't see a deal working out either. I honestly, even though I'm saying everything I'm saying, I'm just trying to give you different angles and perspectives to look at it. I don't think a deal's going to happen. I'll just make that clear right now. I don't think a deal is going to be reached at all. It just scares me if they did. That's all. The Iranians have never had their backs to the wall, period. Oh, Tony doesn't think they don't have their backs to the wall. They sure are running to the table now. And there's other news involved. Even today, we started rebuilding our nuclear, and Trump says, let's make a deal. Trump is scared of our power. I dare Trump to attack us. I double dare him, actually. Hey, there you go. Some people are saying, do it. Just try it. Tony says, Tel Aviv, we are in a multipolar world now. Wake up, Americans. We won't win. Miss Soriano says, y'all two are funny little bots. Linda says, I don't believe a deal either. Europe made a bad mistake putting us in terror group. But what does this have to do with Europe? This really has to do with the United States and Israel, right? Maybe Jordan. Maybe the UK because they're kind of helping with logistics. I don't see France. And France ain't part of that. Maybe Italy with their refuelers. If you look what's going on. I remember I can't watch that. I'll get hit for copyright. It's a short. Okay, let me see what you're putting here. I'm not going to share it on the screen though, because yeah, that came out. Do you know the story behind this? With the, do you want? Okay, you seen that video? I'm going to tell you what the pro side is saying. You see this video, right? You see this video? Now I'm going to tell you what coming out of Iran, the media is saying about that. I'm going to get the phone because it's on the phone. Just to give you a little background, I'm trying to be fair here. I'm trying to be fair. About that video you just seen, well, I'm going to read it to you directly because that was brought up. And let's see. Oh, they're putting on a lot of stuff. Maybe it wasn't this. Oh, yeah, here it is. Okay, about that video. This is what somebody wrote. Some retard secretly filmed inside a warehouse somewhere in Iran, showing ballistic missile inside. Apparently, it was an engineering student who felt the need to brag about their field trip to an IRGC site where they designed missiles. Anyways, he was arrested, and the missiles shown in the video are old types and likely for display only. And that's the Middle East Spectator. So that video you just shared, well, that's what the Middle East Spectator is reporting. That it was a student, he was arrested filming in there on a field trip to the IRGC, and those missiles were likely there for display. They were older models. I'm just telling you what was said here. Tycho, stop. Okay, I'm going to keep reading. Tycho, my dog is driving me nuts. All right, hold on. Because something just locked. Okay. Let me see what else you guys are writing. Just be patient, pay attention, and watch it all unfold. Tel Aviv will experience the real mushroom. Well, if Tel Aviv experienced the real mushroom, Iran will experience a bigger mushroom. You don't want that. You do not want to even talk nuclear. It's almost like mutual destruction. I don't even want to go there with nuclear. There's misconceptions that Iran don't have power leverage. NATO will support U.S. And Rome says, ain't gonna work anymore. Stop being so naive. Okay. Who's being naive? I'm being naive? You're being naive? Both of us are being naive? Okay. Weather's probably cloudy. That's a good idea, mods. Do what you gotta do. May have to make more mods in here. Exactly. I'm gonna... like I said, I'm gonna keep things going. Did I need to. Are you a mod? I gotta make some mods. We're gonna need more mods. Because I can see it's gonna happen more and more. It's unfortunate, but you know how shit goes. I really, really don't like to ban anybody, and I have not yet banned anyone. But you can only deal with so much. But they're not being totally disrespectful, so I try to be patient, you know what I mean? How many mods do we have in there? We need mods. Seriously, we need mods. I know Soriano, I know we had that conversation, but I'm gonna see who else I can nominate in here. There goes my pain in the you know what friend for over a decade, a mole. That's just a mole being a mole, people. Ignore him. Well, you don't have to ignore him, but that's what he does with me. Alright, I'm gonna have to go into the stream. Okay, who are we gonna make? Okay, so Sean, you're in the house. You're a mod. Kevin's a mod. Okay. I'm just seeing who else. Red Bull, you want to become a mod? You want to become a mod, Red Bull? I ask. I don't just do it. Do you? Who? I mean, for the people that are regular here and want to be a mod, because I need to. Oh, Petros is in here. Good. We need more. We might need a couple of mods because all the mods are not here at the same time, and we may be short. All right, Red Bull, you're in. I'll add one more. Whoever wants to volunteer, because we may need them, especially if the shit hits the fan. I hate to use the word. We're gonna need them because they're gonna be coming in here like crazy. You know that. We're about to hit your carrier. We're about to do this. We're about to destroy Israel. You can only imagine. Brian's here. Okay. Oh, Cluster's here. I'll give it to Cluster. Cluster will be my last one because I know Cluster's been here. Brian is here. Cluster, you're in. We should have enough now. For now. All right. Anyway, getting back to this. Before the distraction occurred. Oh, Petros, I got to show you something. I've got to show you something. What is going on my phone? Oh, man, I minimized the wrong one. Hold on. Okay, it's got to be this one. Yep. I got to show you. You guys don't understand. And listen, we were up at, well, I was up at 7. Sep did not sleep at all. I'm hoping he's getting a little rest. What time is it in Iran? Almost midnight? Something, or 11? What time is it? 11? Almost? Alexa, what time is it in Tehran?
It's 11:51 p.m.
Oh, it's almost midnight.
Right now.
Still the air traffic out there. All right, hold on. I got to show Petros something. Something I made today. Oh, it was so good. I can't even tell you how good it was. And I had one, and I can't eat a lot. I couldn't, if I forced myself, I couldn't eat more. Oh, I only sent the one picture. All right, I got to send the other one on my phone. Hold on. I know this may be a little off topic, but this is to our friends in chat. Because this is a family, too. I know we're dealing with serious things, but it's also about family, you know, and keeping things cool amongst us, you know. At least that's the way I look at it. All right, so I made this earlier. You guys ate? Did you guys eat? Yes. Who said that? Cluster. You know, Cluster, were you watching me on a secret camera or something? For real, dude? That's a 5 pounder. That is 5 pounds. You can still see it. You know what that is. Oh, Sep is here. All right, wait, Sep. Just wait till I gotta send myself a picture. Not yet. I'll bring you on. Hold on. You know what that is, right? Gyro, baby. Gyro meat. I made that in the processor because you got to do it in the processor. But hold on. We're not done yet. We're not done. I got to send another picture. Right here. Because there's a few of you. I was talking about doing this. Right? Hold on. I got to get the other picture now. Get ready. I feel like having another one. I do. I feel like having one more, but I can't because I can't eat that much. Look at that. I made my own sauce, Greek yogurt with diced cucumber and a little garlic and garlic salt actually to make the white sauce. There's some sliced onions, tomatoes, shredded lettuce on a pita bread. Oh, was that delicious. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I had to do it. I had to show all of you. Everybody, I knew that was going to make people hungry. Oh, jeez. But I'm a good cook. You guys don't understand that. I grew up in the restaurant business with my dad. I'm a good cook. I'm actually a great cook. You guys are going to be shocked. If I ever meet any of you, at any period, whoever's here, at any time, let me cook. You can treat me to some Iranian Persian food, but let me cook a dish. I have to get access to a kitchen because I got to feed all of you. That's the deal. You guys can individually get me, if we ever meet, can individually pick out something that you would like me to try. But you all got to try what I make. That's the deal. How's that deal? You like that deal? Okay. Let me get Sep on. Sep is probably... He's gonna... Oh, shit. Whenever I could join you, I'll just sit back in the chair, chat right now. Yeah, hang out in the chat for now. I don't know if anything's gonna actually hit anything tonight, but it might. I don't know. We'll see. X is quiet. Everything got quiet after this morning. Sean says deal. What's going on? What did Mrs. say? I gotta scroll up. That's why we waited so many hours. Looks delicious. We're having homemade pizza. See, now that's good. Are we all gonna start talking about food again? Tell me we're not all gonna start talking about food again. Or I started it. It's my fault. I know. It's actually Petros from coming to chat because it made me think of the Greek, the gyro or gyro. Peter, yes. He got hungry too. You make homemade garlic sauce? I make my own gravy. It depends what you're talking about. I make my own Italian sauce. You guys don't understand. With the United States emphasized that this discussion should be real and productive, the current climate of threats and pressure must first be removed. Then there's no way that we're removing any assets from the region. That's what they're trying to do, get us to withdraw the threat of war. Are they nuts? That ain't happening. Tazaki, you forgot the lemon juice. I actually did, but I can always add it for the next batch. I forgot the lemon juice. I have lemon juice. I forgot the lemon juice. Snoopy's like, deal. Cluster lives in Cyprus. 12 a.m. and beyond prime time, Stacy says. An Italian pub in Iran. Oh my gosh. Could you imagine that? Yeah, but trust me, the people from the region in Europe, but I don't know if they cook Italian like Americans make Italian. If that makes any sense. We have a different way, or a different interpretation. My father's Italian. That's how I learned. It might be different. All right, what do you mean? You mean, Sep, what's going on? Oh, he's going to respond to everybody's email. Charles thinks fireworks will start soon. Francis made liver and onion today with cheesy mash. Ooh. Cheesy mash. That caught my eye. I would have sauteed onions and mushrooms on that. Made in butter, olive oil, maybe a little bit, sprinkled on top. Oof. God, don't get me going. I'm crack pot butter beans with salted pork side meat cooked all day. That is great. I love my smoker in the backyard. Oh, I love smoking food. You're making me hungry now. Master said he's got to make the chicken Alfredo soon. Oh, this is too funny. Mr. Soriani is like, all this food talk. Actually, my mouth is watering. There's not going to be no negotiation. This is all talk. I believe this is just talk. The president's putting it out there for a reason. If I really want to. Yeah, there's New York Italian. I learned in the restaurant business. You guys have no idea. I got the Red Alert app activated just in case, God forbid, in Israel. We don't want to hear that sound. I definitely don't want to hear that sound. I hate loves it. No more food talk. All right, I'm stopping. Pizza index is increasing. Something might go down. It could all be talk. There was no deal, and then he strikes tonight. He might be setting it up. That's why I say 4D. All I said earlier is, this is all I was saying. I'm confused. Because God forbid, in my opinion, that for some crazy reason there was a deal struck, what happens to the people of Iran? That's why I don't think I had to put it out there, though, because to me, I'm saying it like that, God forbid, because what happens to the people of Iran? Regime stays, what happens? You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh shit, no. But it can't be. It can't be. Oh, so he was? No, not confirmed that he was taken out. The Navy commander, no. Pentagon Pizza. Let me go. Sep, let me know if you just want to sit back and chill. I'm good. Let me see. Why didn't it slide over? Damn, we had the bots come in. 189, 154, normal. All right. There's some nominal, a little bit in here. We got to keep an eye. Somebody keep an eye on that. Watch these updates. Where is that going to pop up? Remember, mods, you can post links. Oh, why is my translator not working? I'm going to have to click this. Translate to English. Yeah, that's pretty much the things. I'm going to keep an eye on it, though. I will definitely keep an eye on it. Here's just the foreign desk on the feed that from N12. I'm just going to put it up there. Iranian president in his conversation with al-Sisi, we hope that the other side will understand that Iran cannot be forced to negotiate with threats and force. He added that any attack against Iran will be met with strong and decisive response. There's not going to be no deal. The president is no way. The president is, I hate to use this as an analogy or a similarity here, But remember when Zelensky was there and he says, "You don't hold the cards." Remember he said that? He's probably thinking the same thing right now about Iran. You are in no position. You don't hold any cards here. There's really no negotiation. Either you take what's offered or not. There's no negotiation really here. And, like it says it there too that they sent the prime minister from Qatar to Tehran to send a message from us. Those are the intermediaries. Yeah, take the fucking deal or we're going to destroy you. There's the message. Take the deal or we're going to destroy you. And I'm not going to give you much more time. That's it. So the media might try to flip it certain ways, but if it was my opinion, that's what's going on. And it's definitely part of PSYOPs. It's part of the game. So that's just, again, my opinion. Trump is trolling. I'm going to read your comments. Hold on. I got to scroll up. I'm reading all your comments. I do have my energy drinks. I haven't had one yet. Thank God I didn't have one last night. From today, Pakistan near to collapse blood sugar air power. Really? Cluster. Bill, do you think it's the same few people that make a new account? I'm sure. I don't know about the illegalities about making multiple accounts, because you could make multiple accounts. I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. I'm using multiple accounts right now to stream to. So it's not illegal. It's Saturday normal. We have to keep an eye. It's what, a little past midnight now in Iran? Yeah, there's a lot of air traffic, but it's early, Uncle Tank. I'm scarring. It's Saturday night. Oh, that's right. You're in the UK, right, Red Bull? Oh my gosh, it's your nighttime. What is it, like 9:34 p.m.? No, 8:34 p.m. in the UK, right? Breaking. News in a rare and bizarre move. Donald Trump and George W. Bush will meet in an hour. What? What? But they don't like each other. All right, wait a minute. That can't be real news, is it? Bush and Trump a meeting? Why? That can't be. I'm not buying that one yet. No way. Yeah, you guys are making really valid comments. Moving all these ships and planes into the region is crazy expensive. I don't see them doing anything after all this. Not doing anything after all this. I agree. And they're telling us, oh, we can't negotiate when we're under a threat. So what do you want us to pull it all out? I don't think so. Okay, so it's 12:05 in Iran right now. Well, one thing's probably certain: nothing happening this weekend. This only delays everything. You're probably you could be right on that, because I read that the planned military exercises with China and Russia are not to the end of February. Now you might want to look that up, but that's what I read. I don't know if that's accurate. There is no way that left the area, the Lincoln. Maybe it's closer to the Red Sea. I don't see that. That carrier's there in the area. It's only 8:15, 8:35. Yeah, I was gonna say, I agree with Linda. What advantage would IRGC get from stalling Trump with talks? More supply from Russia or China? Or punishing their people even more? I mean, anything's possible. What is their agenda here? We could speculate that 1,000 times over. You know what I mean? Yeah, the stuff you hear is crazy. It really is. That's why we have to be careful, like putting stuff out, because we have to try to confirm as much as we can. It's hard. It's hard. President said that the war is not in the interest of either Iran or the United States and welcome any initiative aimed at preventing confrontation. Yeah, talk is talk. Now you're talking like that. The other day you were talking crazy shit. Now you're talking sweet nicey to the president? Really? Like you're trying to negotiate and throw flowers in the air and everything smells good? Islam says, yeah, confirm that they are negotiating. Coming from what he's saying, yes. And that's good. If they think that it puts it off a week, that might be exactly why they're doing what they're doing. Let them believe it's going to be put off for a week. And you possibly might be right. You could be right. But it could be exactly what they want them to believe. No, I didn't think it was near the Red Sea. I'm just bringing that up because he said that it left the area. Yeah, it is. You can't buy a lot of. Trust me, we obviously know what's going on in chat. He would no way tell the people that he helps on their way then back out. I just can't see it. Neither do I. Neither do I. Chaos says, oh, hell no. An IRGC president saying we want to talk. The same guys who threatened war, for sure. War, yeah, for sure. I don't buy that. If he attacks everyone as a hostage. If he attacks everyone as a hostage. Everyone in the country is a hostage now. By the regime. Who are we talking about? Those people are being held hostage right now. The Iranian people. So, of course, there's probably about 5 million that aren't, because they're regime supporters. If I was to come up with a round number, maybe it's 10 million. I don't know. I'm not there. I wouldn't know. Breaking Iran confirms the initial framework agreement. That's what's been going around beta. We've been posting about that for the last hour. What's this? I know some of you are coming here late, but we discussed about the negotiations ongoing, what people are claiming. The UK report is saying President Trump and President Bush will meet tonight at the Alfalfa Club in D.C. What the hell is that? That's got to be fake news. If that's true, I'll really be shocked. It's like, but then again, nothing will shock me at this point. The way things are going. So yeah, this has been out for a few hours now about the negotiations. He says despite media hype, structural arrangement for negotiations are progressing, indicating behind the scenes movement towards talks, even as public rhetoric remains tense. U.S. This is coming from another one now. U.S. official says a deal seems unlikely. This was 11 seconds ago. Given Iran's reluctance to meet U.S. conditions. So that was 11 seconds ago. Hamza Ali on X. 20 minutes ago. So now we're starting to get some weird, and don't trust anything I'm just showing you the chatter that's going on. I am not saying it's credible. Do you know what I mean? The same way we talk about the other side, it's all sides. You got to take everything with a grain of salt. Axios. The Iranians have not shown a genuine willingness to accept the American conditions for reaching an agreement. So it might be dead already. Axios. You would have to go to Axios to see if that's true. So it already may be done. It might be already done. No deal. That quick. Look what Iran International is saying 3 hours ago. Holy shit! Wait a minute. We're gonna have to go back. We're gonna have to go down because that's crazy. That's crazy. We're gonna have to see the latest ones first. Iran media reporting that Qatar's foreign minister delivered a message. We know that, and left the country. So they're saying he's back, heading toward his country. We know that. We know this. We hope the other side can. I just read that. Iran cannot be forced into negotiations through threats or use of force. Through threats or use of force. Any aggression or attack, and then we go on to that rhetoric. You want to see the whole thing? Will be met with a firm and decisive response. Iran has never sought war and does not seek it in any way. We firmly believe that war would benefit neither Iran nor the United States nor the region. So this is what's coming out. That's not related. Yeah, we know about the interview that he did on Fox. That's where this is coming from. The Fox News interview. See, that's what he said, kind of. It's true that Iran always wants to negotiate without being clear to what end. But they are negotiating, so we'll see what happens. The last time they negotiated is what he said. We had to take out their nuclear. It didn't work, Then we took it out a different way, and we'll see what happens. But there's such conflicting information right now. That's older post. See, then this one says, the Iran Observer is pro-Iranian. Just to be clear, this is what they're putting there. This is the narrative they're putting out there. Follow? This is what that side is pushing. That they're saying there's negotiations underway and it's progressing. I am hearing that regional countries will guarantee fair negotiations. We read this earlier. Based on recent reports from JFK, the Qatari delivered a U.S. final offer. That's what I said. What did I just say? About 10 minutes ago. It was a final offer. Take it or leave it. What's your answer? That's it. You either take this or you don't. That's it. As far as like sitting at a table and negotiating, that's bullshit. Demanding verifiable custody of uranium enrichment, which is kind of new. That's what Grok is saying, correcting. And an end to regional proxy that's what I said. And it's also supposed to include the people that are in prison and detained right now by the Iranians. Iranian response is not yet public. Sources vary on details. Yeah, it's all over the place. 4 minutes ago. That's the one we read. That's old. That's the same thing he's saying, that they're repeating it. That's old. We are open for... That's what somebody's putting. Forming a basis. 1 hour ago, Mossad commentary. Iran says no serious talks with the U.S. right now. But the Qataris did go. You can see the same thing coming out. See it? Who's pushing what on what side? Do you see what I'm saying? Depends the source. American officials say that a diplomatic solution is unlikely because the Iranians have not shown any genuine willingness. That's the second time I've seen this. We're not going to go into comments. So see how that's old. Yeah, that is. I agree. The Iranian people cannot suffer anymore. This has to be insane. I mean, for the Iranian people, this has to be grueling. I mean, really. Yeah, that's correcting it. That was the woman that had the interview with Trump earlier. This is all old. So you could see a lot of people post stuff hours after the fact. So you might see 46 minutes. Does not mean it's new information. They're just regurgitating it, and that's when they put it on. So this has been going on for a few hours already. You know what I'm saying? So there's really nothing going on right now. It's a lot of talk. We're just going to have to wait and see. And you know when we might find out? What? Tusi said the Saudis have agreed to let Trump use airspace? Here's the thing. We may not know the answer till after the fact. He may decide to strike. He's not gonna publicize it. And then he'll say, well, negotiations fell through. We couldn't reach a deal. So now we must take military action or whatever. It could go down like that. Anything's possible. I don't see him. I'll say it another way. I don't see the president wanting to be in the same phrase or sentence as Obama. Do you honestly think he wants to be even in the same breath as referenced in the same sentence with Obama? Red lines, and then you did nothing? Do you think he really wants to do that? But then again, you hear the message from State Department spokesman say, peace through strength. Peace through strength. Like showing all this force will create peace. Tehran is cloudy. You know what I mean? So any of us that are watching right now could take this so many different ways. Ada says tonight is FAFO for the IRGC. Trump is coming. Weather is usually the number one factor. What is the weather in Tehran? Somebody said it was cloudy. There, she did. Is it possible Bush asked Trump for dinner? Oh my God. What? I mean, if that's even true. What? Trump and Bush having dinner? Is he trying to get consultation from him? Maybe about the Iraqi thing? WMD, that whole, what? What would he possibly want to discuss with Bush? Can somebody explain that to me? I don't get it. Francis, how could Trump back out after all the threats he's been making? Well, I don't think he is. That's why I brought up the point. Do you really think he wants to be in the same breath with Obama? Honestly, do you? No way. That alone is big on him. Trust me. Dude, he always has a plan. Yes, and he did this similarly the last time before Midnight Hammer. He says, yeah, we're trying to reach an agreement. Didn't happen. And then we did what we had to do. This could be the same kind of setup. Absolutely. I'm not buying the Trump-Bush thing. Yeah, what the hell did that come from? Where did that come from? Trump and Department of War is not backing off. He is waiting for the right moment. Tragedy. I totally agree. Totally agree. But, again, he's putting out publicly that Iran is trying to negotiate. They're talking to us. Maybe something will happen. But if it doesn't, then we'll see what happens. That's what he's saying. He's listening. But I think that Qatari trip was the final offer, as they're saying that it possibly was now. Take this or you're done. It's that simple. There's no more playing. There's no more postponing. There's no more negotiation. Either you take and agree to this or not. I need an answer. Period. That's right. Is he still in here? That's right. He's in D.C. He's not in Mar-a-Lago. Interesting. Good point. What's up, Storm Rider? One way talking. Sweetheart, the audio is really low. Okay. Is it low? Testing. It looks pretty good. I'm bouncing pretty good on my end. Real living free. I'll double check my computer audio, but the mixer and everything else looks good. But you might be right. I will find out. But anyway, what else is going on? Too late. Mission has already begun. And that's another thing with all those the things that went on today. Was that gas? Was that internal? Was those fires natural? Are we going to blame lightning? I mean, what happened today? When Sepp and I were on early this morning. I'm still going to double check the audio because sometimes it goes lower. No, it's good. Anyway, let me get back to what all you were saying. What's with the flight map behind you? That's flight radar. We're watching Iran. One is military side, the right side. The other one is civilian. Even though military is only going to show you very limited. AT&T. What the hell is AT&T? Did I just see that? What is that? Oh, I was going to say, it does look like AT&T. Oh my gosh, I'm losing it already. A lot of C-17s. A Stratotanker. Let's see if we zoom in, because you never know if a drone pops up. The tankers, the Pegasus went back to Spain. Remember those flying earlier? They went back to Spain. They landed back here. C-17s. That's UK. C-17. 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 A P-8. That is a Poseidon. 2 C-17s. A tanker. And that's it. Not available. Who are you? Uzbekistan. So yeah, nothing catches my eye. Still a lot of civilian traffic going on. And it's after midnight now. It's almost 12:25 a.m. in Iran. Okay. Got a C-130 coming out of Somalia. The same America, with the help of France and England, sent Khomeini to Iran and expelled the Shah, and then they continue to support the regime to this day. Israel also supported Iran during the Iraq War. Well, obviously, they're gonna... Are you serious? A deal? No. Well, nobody's saying a deal. They're still trying to negotiate to make a deal. But remember, like the president said in the past, who holds the cards right now? Who do you think holds the cards right now? The small strikes were IRGC buildings, warning the innocent that it's all beginning. They're saying that people died and there were injuries from that. Nothing will be happening right now. USA government is talking to Iran regime. It seems almost all military transponders are off. Yes. But that's been common in the last few days. Don't read too much into that. Bill is going to see anything happen. Do you see anything happening tonight? Before all this talk happened, I would have said yes. But I am like Not so sure now, but I think by now the president has his answer. Do you think the Qataris are gonna wait to like hand deliver the message? Like he's flying back with the message? You know that call already happened. He already left. What do you think? You think the president knows by now? Or you think that it might take a little bit more time before he gets their answer? You know what I mean? I'm trying to catch up. Nobody knows. Yes, one of the IGC members was led on a stretcher. U.S. holding the cards. I agree. Stay calm until Monday. I'm calm right now. I haven't had any Red Bull. Goldie Show. What happened with Goldie Show? All good Islam. Yeah, Islam is not doing anything. And there are people voicing their opinions. I'm reading them. You know what I mean? It's fine. They have their right to their opinion. As long as they're respectful, it's all good. You know that. Kevin, you know that. I'm in Iran, all calm till now. What do you mean until now, Demon Chilling? What do you mean till now? Are you saying something's going on now? If anybody in Iran has any information, please feel free. But I would even say if you want to put something in private, I don't want to put anyone in a position. You could email Sep and I, iranfreedomazadi@yahoo.com. If there's something you want to tell us privately, confidentially, you can do it that way. You don't have to say it in here, in the public chat domain. I'm just going to leave it up there for a second. I know a lot of people may not be comfortable saying anything because they're worried about their safety, and I get that. So does Sep. Looks like the airspace is clearing a little bit. Now, I don't know about the normal weekend schedule, how it looks. I'm so used to looking at during the weekday. But this is like a common look at this time, even during the weekday.